I want you to guess what a day on set looks like for a director. Lots of intense conversations with the actors, hauling commands into a walkie-talkie. But what if I told you most of a director's work is being the one with endless answers, even before you know them yourself? What happens when your actor's in the wrong costume? What happens when your intimate scenes aren't translating the way you want? Today, we are taking you behind the scenes to demystify what a director truly faces in pursuit of emotional resonance on screen. As facilitated by a most capable comrade, our friend Sharik. The typical shoot day begins with a casual fellowship and introductions between departments.
Since we also have Shelby, who was like doing casting, she can be on first team. Sure. Yeah. Just to kind of keep everyone moving and like look to Shelby as like a first team kind of person. Yeah.
This was a particularly jovial and lighthearted day because everything was running on time. So far.
Okay. He's like, okay, have fun, and then he kisses her goodbye and then walks.
Yeah.
On to the dance.
Okay, that sounds good. I guess in terms of lighting, are we done? Okay.
Once the technical setup is finished is when it's time for the director to step in and start working through the script with the actors and writers.
Because we just saw them in Bryce's coverage being very buddy-buddy, so why would they sit across from each other?
And they make much headway when Sharik suddenly notices her actor is in the wrong wardrobe.
What is she wearing? What's Imani wearing? That's not the approved outfit. Hey Grace, can we get Imani in her approved costumes, please?
Do we want this one or this one or the next one?
We said this one, right? Where are the clothes that you brought for Fiona? Yeah.
I can go get the sweater.
Yeah, it's upstairs? Yeah, can you go get it? Because it's the wall, I feel like the walls are too white for her to be wearing yellow. I just feel like they're so similar of colors.
The yellow and the white.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then also with the background. Yellow, white, and then a white background.
Okay.
And that's also why I hate white walls, because you have to avoid a lot of colors with white walls. Okay, I like a lot better.
What I had on?
I do. Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a rehearsal dinner outfit to me.
I mean, you don't have to have the jacket on. Let's take the jacket off and see how it feels. I think I prefer this one, to be honest. Yeah.
And it is true that white walls and colors and costumes all have a complex way of relating to each other in the world of cinema. Once captured through glass, these elements take a life of their own. And it is very crucial to curate these details intentionally for a harmonious result.
I think it looks great. I just think whenever Tess is ready, then we can shoot.
On day 2, we find Sharik tucked into a corner on the second floor of the rental location, emotionally preparing herself and the team for an intimate conversation between the two main characters, Nikita and Tess. The other half of the creative team monitor a remote feed on the ground floor. Brianna, the co-director, rapturously tunes in while being treated to a most splendid braid down by the hair and makeup wizard, Shaky. After a few takes, Brianna notes an important phenomena for consideration.
Imani's like rubbing her leg and stuff. It's seeming like actually really intimate. We still want Tess to be somebody who's like aware of like keeping this barrier. Like a hug feels like a good form of intimacy as opposed to rubbing her leg. Like that feels almost like sexual.
We can cut the leg rubbing. That's really interesting though. I disagree. I feel like I could see how the leg rubbing could be seen as an invitation, but I think maybe like, is that not the point? There needs to be that sort of tension. And I feel like that was just reading as tension. I think a hug will read as platonic. I really loved the I want to kiss you and then like them like kind of coming very close, but then Tess pulling back. So I think it can be kind of read as like sort of an inner conflict of like.
They're both having an inner conflict.
They're both having inner conflict. And I think that
Tess sets them out.
right, Tess, exactly. Oh, okay. I'm ready to go again. I'm just gonna give them the notes. I have a few notes. In terms of like intimacy and touching, I think we can cut the leg rubbing on Nikita and just kind of stick to like the arms. Okay. So either way, let's just like try something different with the touch in this one.
And action.
We're only 28, Nick. We have so much more life to live.
I know. This is wrong. But I really want to kiss you right now.
I want to kiss you too.
But
I think you have some things to figure out first.
Cut. Wow.
After a phenomenal final take, the gang recompose themselves and await that great rallying cry of cinematic success.
Yeah, so Brianna, if you'd like to call that little word that we reserved for the end of the day.
That's right.
Woo!
And that, my dears, concludes our heroes' escapades for the weekend. What a great feeling to know that one can set out to make something and triumph over every encumbrance. No costume nor a misplaced set piece is powerful enough to deter this team off course. Such is the case when you have the right attention to detail and a fellowship of capable comrades. And until next time, we'll see you later.